Who would you choose? Who would you cast to play me? Did it freeze?
Uh, no, I'm trying to think. I don't know. I thought of it. I thought of it since I wrote that question down, and I don't know who I would. I really don't know. Nicolas Cage. No, I don't.
Savage.
No, I really don't know. I'll have to do some research because I don't want to. I don't want to go with just. I really. You know who I would go with?
Who?
I know
And you
who I would
freeze.
go with.
Okay.
I would go with a a younger Bruce Willis.
Bruce Willis.
Is that
Ah, the problem is all of the
I
people
said
that
younger Bruce Willis, so
yeah,
more
but
respectable
like
Bruce Willis.
all right, I could take that. It's just they're all action stars. Like
Yeah.
everybody when they're like, "Oh yeah, you like," it's because of my hair. That's it.
Well, younger Bruce Willis. I was thinking more Bruce Willis like in Pulp Fiction. He's not really an action star in Pulp Fiction.
Yeah.
You see, I
You
broke
get
Jake's heart. I
you
broke
get
his heart.
Ryan Gosling, Jude Law, and Chris Martin, and I get Bruce Willis and Jason Statham. All right, all right, all
I'll come
right.
up.
Let's can we change the parameters then? You have to go first.
Okay. Okay.
Uh, former SNL cast member plays you. Who is it?
That plays me. Um, former.
Could be personality, but it also could be looks.
I mean, if I went with personality, I would go for. I would like to say that I could be Chris Kattan, but I don't know if I could be that manic. Like at certain points, I could because I liked his energy, and I like Will Ferrell's energy. But I don't know if I could be that quote dumb without being self-conscious about it. You
Wait, no,
know,
they're playing you.
like I could on camera, but I don't like. They're
Yeah,
playing
wait.
me.
Yeah, they're gonna play you in
You
the
know, I would go with.
film.
Okay, I would go with. I would go with Jimmy Fallon.
Okay.
I would go Jimmy Fallon because he's a little goofy, but you know he can bring some laughs if he needs to, and sometimes he would crack up at the wrong times, which is something I would do. So I think he could, and he's. I mean, we don't look anything alike, but as far as
Yeah.
like some of the style of comedy that I do, because he doesn't really do like a raunchy comedy, and I don't feel that we really do that. Um, I guess
It
maybe.
it's funny that you say Will Ferrell and Chris Kattan because I watched a sketch with them today from back when they were at Groundlings, and they were like these business people, and he's like, oh, I'm coming to have a business meeting with, and then Will Ferrell's wife is like, oh, what are you doing today? And Will Ferrell's like, oh, I'm having a business meeting with Charles, and she's like,
Yeah.
oh, all right, well, just don't mess up the house. And he's like, we're doing a business meeting. How crazy could it be? And then so they switch places, and Chris Kattan comes in with his briefcase and sits it down, and then they like instantly turn into 3 5-year-old children, and they start dancing and they start drawing stuff and slapping it up on the board
Yeah.
and just destroy the place in business suits with like papers, and like it was so funny, but it was
You know,
just straight up physical comedy.
you saying that there used to be a show on MTV called Flipped, and one time Tom Green and Andy Dick flipped, and they were each other, and they go into like this office, and they end up tearing the office into shreds. By the end of it, everything. If you look it up on YouTube, I'm sure it's up there. But yeah, like everything is like they tear things down, they knock pictures off the wall, papers are all over the place. It ends up being chaos. So that kind of made me think of think of that. I think it's called Flipped. Andy Dick, Tom Green Flipped or something like that.
Okay, I have to check it out.
And yeah, so yeah, you might enjoy that.
Oh yeah, I found it.
Okay, you found it.
I would choose either. I would choose Jason Sudeikis.
Okay.
I would pick him because I think he is. I think he's pretty subtle. He's not subtle, but he's not like he's not always the main attraction.
He's
but
not over the top
when he shows up, it goes to the next level.
Right.
And I was like, all right.
It's not bad. Not bad.
And in real life, he seems like pretty chill. Like he seems like a really cool guy in real life, but then he just turns on these characters. So I pick him.
Very cool.
Yeah.
Well, thanks everyone for tuning into the Other People Show. Check out the shows on the Other People Show on YouTube and on SoundCloud. And we will be returning to WMMT. We're thinking now in June. June 4th, as of now, is what we've heard. So June 4th, Thursday, June 4th at 10 p.m., 88.7 or WMMT.org online. We also have the show that we did yesterday, so On the Movies with Adam and Jake, and that is the Secret Life of Walter Mitty, so check that out. What did you have to add there, Jake?
I was going to say, I feel like we should have just capped this like no third act show off right, and I should have just like pulled the plug right just in the middle abruptly. Of the show.
That would be great. That would be great.
It'd be like the no third act show. So, but you're putting a proper third act on here. So.
Yes, I ruined it again. So you want to add anything, Jake? What do you have planned for the weekend? Anything planned for the weekend?
That's the funniest thing you've ever said in your entire life. I plan to look outside and watch dogs and maybe eat a hamburger or pizza.
So, okay, the deep dish.
Pretty crazy stuff going on here in Detroit. What
now,
are you doing?
You been, see, I do follow the rules, but I follow the rules while traveling. So my afternoon will pretty much be I've got everything packed up, put in my vehicle. Probably at 5 o'clock, I'll order my burger to pick up at 5:15, come back, exercise, watch a movie, and then hit the air mattress, off to bed.
8 o'clock sharp.
8 o'clock. Actually, lately it's been 9 o'clock because it's still daylight at 8 o'clock.
Oh, and I couldn't do it.
No, I mean I can't. I mean it's like it gets dark. I don't know exactly the time. Probably like 8:40 or something is when it's completely dark. I can't go to bed when it's daylight outside unless I'm just totally wiped out, which I did Monday. I took a little nap and I paid for it later that night because it took me like an hour and a half to go to sleep. Typically, I go to sleep quick. So that little squirrel is always back. There's these stairs. And there's the whole show. There's squirrels going up and down these stairs, like right in front of my eyes, eating like little nuts. So
here, since we're a little bit further north than you are, and we're further west in the same time zone, it doesn't get dark. Like during the summer, it's 10:15.
Wow.
Before it gets dark. Right now, it's close to like 9:30 before it's like really pitch black dark, but it'll get like 10:15 before it's really dark here.
Now that you mention that, when I was a little kid, we lived in Washington State for about 3 years when I was a little kid. We were close to Canada, and we moved there in the summer. Well, we moved there in August, so early summer or late summer, and it stayed light pretty later. I remember it being much later than ever in Virginia.
Yeah, because we're further north, and then we're like 3 hours away from Central. So we're like almost as far as you can get in the Eastern time zone.
Okay.
Everybody thinks we're in Central, but we're not.
Yeah, I thought you were at first.
Everybody thinks that.
So, all right, man.
Cool.
Good doing the show, and we will do another show next week.
Hopefully I'll have endings to my stories next week.
I hope so. And I'll have an actor that I'm going to cast as you.
Okay. So great. It's going to be some action hero.
I'm Adam.
I'm Jake.
I thought, are you Jake or Bruce Willis?
This guy's got jokes.
All right, man. See everyone later.
All right, bye.